It's 7 o'clock, and you know what that means? It's time for the Homegrown Radio Hour right here on Crescent Hill Radio. I'm Tara Bassett. So glad to see you guys. I'm going to have Facebook Live cranking it for you, and we are also broadcasting live to YouTube. So look at the Crescent Hill Radio YouTube channel, and you will be able to amazingly hear and see John D'Amato with his two fabulous sidemen, Phil Bright and Dennis McGuire. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
So glad to have you with us. I'm just delighted to have you in the house, and you've gotten all set up, and you all have your beautiful instruments, and you are smiling. Well, except for Phil, and it looks
I'm trying.
Looks like you are ready to do some rock and rollin'.
A little bit.
Tell me about your music, John.
This record that we recorded, it took us quite a while to do it. A lot's been going on in everyone's life, and it's a rock and roll album. But a lot of this music, what happened is I had about 3 albums worth of music, and I was like, before I even started recording seriously, I put some songs over here, I put these songs over here. And then I have songs that I'm working on right now for a third record. And I have about 5 songs in the works on that. But they're all songs that have been written for a while. Okay. Almost all. And so that's what it is. But these songs all kind of had a common theme, so I stuck them on kind of like it was a themed album. You know,
that sounds good.
Concept, yeah. Sure.
A concept album.
Yes.
Sounds like something Madonna would do. It's a concept album
or Pink
by
Floyd.
John D'Amato. Yeah, Pink Floyd. All right, so let's hear your first tune. It's 2 minutes after 7. Time's wasting.
All right. Getting right into it.
Yeah.
You don't mince words.
I don't mince words. I want to hear your music.
All right, let me just tell you real quick about this song. This song has been around for a while. It's kind of a bit of a political protest song.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Well, I took to walking every place I go, 'cause I can't afford no gasoline. We can't survive without that foreign oil. What's the cost of going green? I heard complaining in the welfare line, saying, how long's this gonna be? I don't quite think that that's what Jefferson meant. This country's bound to be free. All these things that look strange to me, I can't believe my eyes. Sign of the times thought I'd never see. Next you wanna sit down and cry. Print money just to give it away, but there ain't no guarantees. Before you bounce the biggest checkbook in town, mister, can I have mine, please? I jumped the subway turnstile there, and just to pass away sometime, I start to play the songs you heard today. Brother, can you spare it down? They'll be burning a man in effigy out on the White House lawn. Sign of the times thought I'd never see. Gas, it's the dark before the dawn. The hill of tyranny, they're screaming down the hall. So keep your head when it's just like I said. Brace yourself for the storm. Talking the hill of tyranny, they're screaming down the hall. So keep your head when it's just like I said. Brace yourself for the storm. Yeah, brace yourself for the storm. raise yourself from the stone.
Woohoo! I love it. John D'Amato is with us. What a great tune. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
In the wake of all that is happening right now, I think that was an extremely appropriate song.
Well, the whole record's like that. And,
is it really?
Pretty much, yeah.
The protest album, John D'Amato.
I don't know if it's such a protest album or it's an observance album of everything that's going on and unemployment and people on the welfare line that are like ungrateful for it. And, you know, I was there, I was unemployed, and I'm looking around and people are like complaining about, you know, having to wait. And it's like, wait, you're getting free money. I'm ashamed to be here. And now, you know, so those things left an impression on me. When I put pen to paper, it kind of came out. And not that I'm against people getting help by any means, but it's the country's broke and it's just taxing us very hardly, you know. So that's what this album's really kind of about. It's called History of Things Yet to Happen, which is kind of an unraveling of
History of Things Yet to Happen. I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The History of Things Yet to Happen. Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yep.
So are we going to play all the songs from that album, or are you going to mix and match?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to promote the record because we do have a release on Friday.
Oh, I gotcha. Now I know why we're going to hear the whole album, because we got a party to go to.
We got a big party to go to.
Where's it going to be?
It's at the Tim Faulkner Gallery on
love
Portland
it.
Avenue.
Yeah, I love that place.
And that place is awesome.
It is.
Really nice.
What time?
It's at 7. Well, doors open at 7. Opening band starts at 8. I'll probably start at 9.
Okay,
something
cool.
like that.
Who's opening for you?
Eric von Schneeberger.
Oh, love him.
He's awesome. And the Sun Dogs, his band, the Sun Dogs,
Oh,
are really
cool.
good.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, so Tim Faulkner Gallery, Friday night. Come at 7 o'clock. Have
Doors
some
open.
fun. And hear Eric Schneeberger and the Sun Dogs at 8 and John D'Amato to follow at 9 o'clock. That sounds like a great deal of fun.
Indeed. I talked to Eric today. He's fired up. He's ready to rock.
Will there be hors d'oeuvres?
There won't be hors d'oeuvres, but there'll be cold drinks.
Adult beverages, yes. Well, you can just stop and pick up some candy bars at Walgreens. You know, they got all the Halloween candy out now.
Yeah, that's
Throw
true.
those in a bowl.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be enough.
Yep.
Dennis, Phil,
Yes.
how'd you get hooked up with this guy?
Well, I
Who goes
recorded his album.
Did you
Both
know
albums.
him before you recorded his album?
Here's my story.
Go ahead, Dennis.
John lives right across the street from my parents.
Oh, really?
And years ago, I saw him, and he wasn't in college, but there's a bunch of college guys, people that live in all the houses that rent apartments.
Uh-huh.
And I saw him out there. He'd just be banging on his front porch with his guitar, and I thought, oh, there's another college kid out there. And years later, I don't know how.
It was like years later.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know how.
I don't remember
think,
either.
I think it might have been going to Mulligan's and stuff.
Oh, gosh.
different
Blast
open
from the
jam.
past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and showing up there and hanging out with Amos and Donnie and Tom and all those good guys.
That's
And
amazing.
I think that might have been
Probably.
where we, probably.
All right, and then Phil worked his way into this trio. How?
Jeff Alford. I met you through Jeff Alford.
That's right. The drummer that plays in one of these songs is a guy that I've known him for years. He's I've been playing with him for a while, and he suggested I record with Phil. I called Phil up, and he's a recording engineer, and I'll let him tell you about his
Amazing.
studio.
Louisville Recording Company.
Yeah.
I see it right here on this business card you handed me.
Yeah.
The 47 business cards you handed me.
I have more than that if you'd like. I can give you a whole box.
So how did you start Louisville Recording Company? What led you to that?
Well, I worked for 22 years in plastic and industry, and there came a point where that kind of fell apart. And I'd been playing music. I mean, I played guitar since I was 10.
Wow.
Played in a bunch of cover bands, and I've been recording for like 17 or 18 years. So I'd
Amazing.
always kind of done it.
Yeah.
And just ended up working it into a full-time gig.
Outstanding. Louisville Recording. So you got a lot of the local and regional artists coming over there and having you record
Yeah,
their stuff?
Not many regional, but local, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we serve all local and regional musicians in southern Indiana, all the way up the river. Rusty Bladen lives in Madison.
Oh, yeah.
And then everywhere in Kentucky, pretty much. So
Yeah.
you just might start having more people since they now know about you.
Well, I'd love that.
Yes.
I'm right out here in the East End.
Oh, excellent. Let's see. What's the address?
It's at.
There is no address. It's just got your address, your telephone, and your email and your website.
I'm halfway in between St. Matthews and Middletown.
You're virtual.
Yeah,
what
I'm
you're
like
telling
right in the middle, kind of like in Bellmead. I'm right on Shelbyville Road.
Oh, good.
My studio house is right on
Close to
Shelbyville
like
Road.
Feeder Supply or?
No, like right across the street from Hurstbourne Baptist Church.
Oh, out
Is where I'm
there.
at.
Okay, out there.
I could almost throw a rock to P.F. Chang's.
Okay, I know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome if we liked P.F. Chang's, but we don't. So. Shh. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
They could be a sponsor.
I know.
You never know. Let's
Yeah,
play
I
another
know.
song. Get him out of trouble real quick. John?
Okay, this is the title track, History of Things Yet to Happen.
Okay. This is John D'Amato on Crescent Hill Radio's Homegrown Radio Hour.
Music is unto your ears the seasoning of sage. It liberates your innocence, makes you come of age. And you are just a character, built another page in the history of things yet to happen. She's been torn and she's been tattered on, heckled by the best. Cold to mortgage puts her to the test, and they bankrupt all her holdings and they lay her down to rest, while the men who run the world are sworn to silence. I sat down with senators and tolerated fools, listened to their speeches and I played by all their rules. Now you wouldn't invite me to just sit idle by. Close your eyes, don't criticize, don't even question why. Strategy unfolding, mystery sublime, confluence of nations, greet the end of time. Contingency of epic lives that plays out like a crime, while the legacy of kings in the balance. Preacher on the corner speaking of that final day. In this sadness, wonders is all his labor pay. When it's easier to sell a lie than to give the truth away. In the echo of his words, silence lingers. I sat down with senators and tolerated fools, listened to their speeches and I played by all their rules. Now you wouldn't invite me to just sit idle by. Close your eyes, don't criticize, don't even question why. Wayward nation, addicted to greed. I'll sit back in horror, watch my country bleed. What more can I comfort her in her time of need, while the things that I hold dear lay there dying. The framers of our future, they vow to reimburse, while the stewards of her coffers pilfer from her purse. And they fight amongst each other, which one of them is worse, while the belly of the galleon fills with water. I sat down with senators and tolerated fools, listened to their speeches and I played by all their rules. Now you wouldn't invite me to just sit idle by. Close your eyes, don't criticize, don't even question why. Come on down to Crescent Hill, it take you far. That's some things that can be who you are. That's stipulation, gonna be a star. Oh, I think that I have dealt with all the issues here at hand. Now I would invite you to listen to the band. Listen very closely, I think you'll finally understand. The legacy of music lasts forever.
Woohoo! John D'Amato with Phil Bright and Dennis McGuire right here on the Homegrown Radio Hour, Crescent Hill Radio. That was a great tune. You guys are all breaking out in a sweat. Especially you, John. Man,
John's sweating more
that is a
than anything.
lot of hard work.
It's a lot of playing. I think I threw my arm out.
Dennis, were you
Yes.
on the Kentucky home front, or do you just have a T-shirt?
Actually, I played there at a Kentucky Homefront benefit with John here,
I love it.
back with Rachel Blanton,
Sure.
rest her soul,
Uh-huh.
and who's on main? Dan
Dan Boone.
Dan Boone,
Yes.
love him.
Yes.
Yep, me, you, Dan Boone, and Rachel did that one.
One of the hounds of the Baskerville.
Yes.
I love him. That's cool. I love the shirt. I was just noticing that because I love to go see the recording of Kentucky Homefront. It's always so much fun for me. It's like Garrison Keillor, some
Yeah.
crazy thing. So what do you do for a living there, Dennis?
Well, I worked also in industry, plastics. I worked at was Roman Haas and it became Dow Chemical. I worked there for 39 years,
Wow.
and then I retired. And then they asked me to come back last year and train other mechanics, and I did that. And then they laid me off, so I retired a second time, and I came back again this year to do the same thing. And at the end of this month, I'm going to be retired for the third time.
Oh, Lord. I hope they're paying you well for that post-retirement training.
Yeah.
Post-retirement times 3. What do you do for a living, Phil?
Do this right
Do
here.
you? Can you earn a living playing music?
And I have my recording studio.
Well, you record, but I mean, what do you
Yeah.
do for a living?
I do my recording studio.
That's pretty awesome that you get to stay in the music and play in the music. And yeah, because I know a lot of people who do this and still have to pay the bill somehow.
Fortunately.
John, you don't have to raise your hand. It's okay.
Oh, I thought we were doing that.
What do you do, John?
Oh, I'm a maintenance technician also. I worked on planes for about 13 years.
Really?
Yeah, I was aircraft mechanic for Continental and another airline, Vision, and
Cool.
Yeah. And I got out of it because I don't like staying up all night and working, and I like doing music. And
Yeah.
it was
I bet it was good money, though, wasn't it?
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But what I do now is comparable money, and I have nights, holidays, and weekends off. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, no flight benefits though, which
No, that's-
is not cool.
Kind of not, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't have, what did you say, nights, something, and what, weekends?
I have
Off?
nights, holidays, and weekends off now.
How do you figure nights when you're a musician? Don't you have to play a lot of nighttime gigs?
I do sometimes. I'm not off from music. I'm off from my regular day job.
Oh, I got you. You're not. Okay.
Yeah, so if-
I'm totally with you now.
Okay, when I say nights, a lot of people don't work night shift, and that's kind of like jargon for like you're working all night long, second and third shift.
Overnight.
Yeah, and if you work on airplanes, on commercial airplanes like I did, you're up all night and sleep all day.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
The music is better.
The music is so much better. It feeds my soul.
Do you
I feel so
represent
much
yourself or do you have management?
better. I represent myself. I tried to get someone to help me with booking, and I bought him a calendar and a pen, and, and I never heard from him again.
That happens to a lot of the best bands that come in here. They cannot find somebody to book them.
Good representation, yeah.
Well,
it's hard.
Heidi Joy Stenson from the Moonlight Peddlers and the Wildflower Chronicles is really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because she's a musician herself.
Okay.
So she knows how to do that. You ought to hook up with her.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really cute too.
Well, it's funny you
Great
mentioned
incentive.
that. Yeah. Great segue into me and my girlfriend have a duet, actually.
Awesome.
Yes.
Who's singing your girlfriend's part right now?
But this isn't her music. This is my solo project.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Her name is Kim Weber, and she's an amazing singer-songwriter herself.
Hi, Kim.
She's probably watching online.
I hope so.
She said she
I'm
was.
working on her music now too.
Yeah, she's starting to cut songs over at Phil's too. So
Awesome.
it's a tightly tight knit group.
Yeah, it
here,
is.
you know.
Little tiny community.
So let me mention our band name. We're called Untethered Soul.
This one,
The duet.
the duet is Untethered Soul.
Yeah, this band I'm playing is Trouble Junction because that's the name that anytime I do a blues contest or any kind of like throw together gig, we're always like Trouble Junction.
So that's the three of you.
well, and
No,
we
not
have a
really,
drummer and a
kind of.
percussionist too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but
well,
we
where
didn't-
the heck are they?
Well, they're loud.
He could have brought his little cajon.
They don't know how to play soft.
Oh,
They're awesome though.
that's not good.
It's wide open or nothing.
I can only imagine. 0 to 60 in 1 second. Go ahead and play me another song.
Well, I say that, and this next song is the mellow song
Okay.
on the record, and they do play lightly and they play beautifully.
Good.
Jody Wright is my drummer. He plays with brushes. Norbert Blocker, also a singer, songwriter, musician in town. He does percussion, shakers, harmonica, harmonies, tambourine. He's the utility guy.
All right.
So, but this next song, let me just tell you just a real
Go
quick segue
ahead.
about
Tell
this.
me whatever you want. It's your show.
A couple years ago, Abbey Road in the River, Rachel said there's a John Lennon Imagine Peace songwriting contest going
Oh,
on. You ought to
wow.
do it. I'm like, man, I don't do contests, and she's like, just do it. It'll get you an Abbey Road free. You get to play at the Muhammad Ali Center. It'll be fun.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm not just going to do anything. I'm going to write a song for this. So I had a deadline. I wrote a song. I was stressed out. I didn't think I was going to make it. It was down to the wire. And when it came to the time to do it, it still hadn't really sunk in. So I had a music stand in front of me like this. So it's sunk in now. It's been a couple years, but I didn't win. I lost to an Abbey Road performer who's a good friend of mine from the Newbies anyway. And
That's good.
She's showed up in a white jumpsuit with her long blonde hair, and I knew I was done for.
Can't compete with that.
I can't compete with that. Plus, she just walked off the Abbey Road stage, and she's awesome.
Yeah.
It's Misty Perholtz from the
Oh,
Newbies.
yeah.
She's awesome. So anyway, but the song left an impression on some people because when I was leaving, somebody stopped me and said, that song really spoke to me. And I was like, okay, cool. And then 3 nights later, I'm in the Galt House lobby and the festival's over and everybody's leaving. And some lady stops me and says, you're the one that sang that song 3 days later. And so I went,
Isn't that interesting?
That's kind of cool. So this is the song.
All right.
Okay, it's called Tell Me.
John D'Amato, Homegrown Radio Hour.
Let me turn up here. Do you remember? Didn't seem so long. People worked long and hard back then. Made them proud and strong, but they felt they were entitled. Seeds of greed were sown. There was a time when a man had too much pride not to make it on his own. We'll know the worth of water when there isn't any more. Tell me, why don't you just take what you need? Why do you still need more? 200 years of freedom, not much more to go. In exchange for our security, we gave away our soul, and the beacon of our freedom used to shine from shore to shore. Someday the things that we hold so dear won't matter anymore. And the truth, they'll hang you for your life. Tell me, is there anything left worth fighting for? Why do we even try? Spirit, I can hear it everywhere I go. It's a song of revolution, Stir the people's soul. There's tough talk, but a whisper that rumbles through the land, speaking plainly to the people so that they might understand. And if they take from you what you really never had, tell me, is there all the money in the world take now? So why do we even try? Go ahead. Of change will blow across the Middle Eastern land, and the place is about to blow apart, so get out while you can. As a call for prayer rings over the sand, they bow their knee to the east, and the Arab Spring wouldn't mean a thing unless it brings in peace. And in their minds, I'm sure they all think they are right. Tell me, what did you learn from your master's words? Just to hate with all your might. If an eye for an eye were true, I'm sure we'd all be blind. And tell me, all the time you spend upon your knee, do you pray for all mankind?
Beautiful, beautiful song.
Thank
I
you.
like your music.
Oh, thanks.
I had heard a
You
couple
sound
of
really
tidbits.
surprised.
I'd heard a couple of tidbits, and I didn't have a chance to hear the whole album. And I'm so delighted because you came in one night a couple of months ago and handed me a CD.
Uh-huh.
And so I left it here for the guys, the morning guys, and of course I never saw it again because they love their music. So I'm delighted to get to hear it all now in person. This is exciting.
Yeah, I wish I could hand you a CD, but I haven't gotten
It's okay.
the crate of CDs yet. It's getting down to the wire.
You're famous now, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
We'll have you on the playlist if you're not already there. Is he on the playlist, Colin? I think he is. I think he may be. I think he
on,
may be on.
Colin.
I'm pretty sure I have seen your name on the playlist, which is really good because that means you've really made it to the big time.
Indeed.
And you're also now on YouTube, so it's going to be, chronicled there, obviously. So anybody can go to Crescent Hill Radio's YouTube page,
Yeah.
which you're doing right now. I mean, you're broadcasting live, not only on Facebook but on YouTube.
The server's exploding right now.
I know the world. I could really conquer the world from this little computer.
I hope you do.
I have so many things going right now. So when you say that you have a release party coming up, what will the release party involve?
It's going to involve, probably all kinds of debauchery.
There you go.
Do I need to get
There,
into-
you don't be too. Read the sign. Don't be too specific.
I saw that, so I'm trying to be on my best behavior here.
Pay
You're
Loud
baiting,
close
drummers.
attention to the sign.
you're baiting me here. No, it's I don't know. We're gonna show up around 7. The doors open up. We'll probably already be set up and sound checked.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna talk with some people, sign a couple CDs, hopefully sell a couple CDs, even before I start playing. That's how
always
confident-
nice.
Yeah, that's how confident I am in this.
And guess what? You're on the playlist. The whole
Nice.
album.
That's awesome.
I know.
Thank you.
It is. You're welcome.
So anyway, Eric and the Sun Dogs are going to go on at 8. They're going to do their thing. They're going to be awesome because they used to practice in my house and they're amazing. And from what I've heard, a couple times they did anyway. And then somewhere around 9, maybe a little bit after, we'll take the stage. Hopefully not too big a gap. I want to keep the music going.
All 5 of you, right?
Yes.
Yes,
And
okay.
Loud.
The guys who are not here tonight are going to be there having fun.
Yeah.
It'll be loud.
Got it.
That song is an acoustic song. Every other song on there is me and Phil playing loud guitars.
All right.
And Dennis, too.
Dennis,
Bass
too.
guitar. Bass counts. So, yeah. And I really like it because my first record that I did had a lot of strings and acoustic stuff and mandolins and
now you're guitar smashing
yes.
all over the stage.
And then
It's not quite metal.
yeah.
But
And the next record I'm working on, I play a lot of piano. So
cool.
I try to do a lot of different. Well, I don't try to. It just
It's
kinda
just a motto.
right. So that's why I stuck all the.
HQ 100.9.
People promise me a dollar. I guess I take advantage. It happens all the time. Even a blind man can see what's going down. Well, it's hard to find a dollar when a dollar can't be found. See it on the television, watch it in the news. People walking around, man, they don't know what to do, cause there ain't no jobs and there ain't no end in sight. Well, I sure wish I was wrong, but you sure know I'm right. Well, it's our own fault we did this to ourselves. Well, it's our own fault we did this to ourselves. People blame it on China when they can't blame no one else. From the rich just to give it to the poor. We're giving all we got, but they're still crying more. Even the old folks who shake their heads and cry. They can't afford their pills, so I'm guessing they're gonna die. Yeah, it's our own fault we did this to ourselves. It's our own fault we did this to ourselves. People blame it on the union when they can't blame no one else. I'm gonna take another one. Extension on the unemployment line. I guess they take advantage. It happens all the time. Even the blind man can see what's going down. Well, it's hard to find a dollar when a dollar can't be found. Well, it's hard to find a dollar when a dollar can't be found. Well, it's hard to make a dollar when you're playing in this here town.
I hear some political names scattered throughout these songs. It's pretty entertaining. When you wrote these, what kind of a frame of mind were you in?
Well, some of them I wrote, like that one I was actually unemployed, on the unemployment line.
That's painful.
sitting there getting my check.
Yeah.
I was laid off, and it was around 2008 or 9, something like that.
What were you laid off from?
Aircraft mechanicking.
Ah, okay.
As you know, somewhere around 2007, 2008, a lot of people got laid off.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where my plastic career
Yes.
ended.
That's
It
when
did.
he stopped working. I stopped working.
I stopped
He
working.
kept working.
You were lucky, Dennis.
Yeah. But a lot
One
of
out of 4 is not too bad.
Yeah, some of that stuff has changed, like it says, there's a line in there that says something about there ain't no jobs, there ain't no end in sight. And it's gotten better. It's not really that way. But at the time, everything seemed so bleak, there was no jobs to be had, not for my industry anyway. So some of these things are a little bit dated, especially when Obama gets out of office. It'll date the song a little bit because I do mention him in there.
Well, you don't say that on the record, though.
On the
Remember
record,
we talked about that.
yeah, I changed it on the record because I re-recorded it for this record. It was originally written for this record, but I stuck it on my first record just as because it was done. And I wound up putting 2 extra songs on this record as well, just because they were finished and they were pretty good. So I stuck them on there.
Well, good. That's awesome. And this is the record that's going to be debuted on Friday night
Yes,
at, where? Did you say?
Faulkner.
Oh, Faulkner, right. Because I'm looking at Diamonds, but that's not until December the 3rd.
Yes.
So you got another gig on December the 3rd.
I have another gig with Trouble Junction on December 3rd. I have a couple gigs with my girlfriend and Untethered Soul. But they're private parties, and they're kind of, we do living room concerts for people.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And that's our favorite thing to do, really.
You know what I think is funny is that every musician that I know is playing in 3 or 4 bands
Yeah.
at the same time. Is that what it's taking to be able to make enough money to
I think it's horrible.
put 2 and 3 together?
Yeah, I could see where Phil says, I think it's horrible that you have to go to such great lengths to make a living as a musician.
Right.
And the way the laws are going right now, as a songwriter, the publishing companies are just, it's a money grab.
They're sucking
And-
the life out of you.
Yeah, and it makes it so that you have to do it for the pure love of it because there sure isn't any money in it. But I'm hoping that if I just keep making records,
Yeah.
eventually, I can get some licensing, maybe get used in some documentaries. and
Royalty checks are
movies.
awesome.
Royalty checks are nice.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be nice if we all got some?
yeah.
Do you get royalties at Louisville Recording Company, Phil?
Well, I do from music, from writing projects that there's a company called Getty Images I send all my music to. And
Do you really?
every now and then when you're watching TV and you hear your own little riff that you wrote, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yes.
And you get a check.
Well, it's when I first started getting them, they were shocking. I about fell over the first few that I got, but over time they kind of dwindled down. So that's just motivated me to give them more and more music. Like I'll put music for artists that I record their projects. Like Bridge 19 is an album that I
Oh,
work.
yeah,
is-
awesome.
is a band that I work with.
Yeah.
And so they don't have to deal with it. I put all their music. I take care of all the business aspect of putting it on the website, and I take care of that for them.
Nice.
And it's kind of funny though that most of the music that sells is all kind of heavier rock.
That is interesting.
Yeah, like for TV, like for instance, shows on A&E. Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. Sure.
I can't believe
Steven
that.
Seagal, Lawman. I've had music on there. Most of it's heavy rock that sells. Oh, VH1 Behind the Music.
Really?
Yeah.
So just give me an example, not getting into your business, but what would be the amount of one of those first royalty checks you said you got? You were astonished.
It was under $3,000.
2,999?
It was about 28.
Damn.
Something like
That's
that.
not bad at all.
Hey, watch it.
DAMN is not one of those words.
Oh, I got you. I'm only teasing. You can say whatever
no,
you want.
No,
I'm not
no,
offended.
It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder. Okay, play me some more music. 20 till.
All right.
Easy Turn Wheel.
Yeah.
Love these guys. John D'Amato. Dennis.
I got to tell you what this song's about.
Phil.
This was written like years ago, and I started it, and I didn't really know what it was going to be about. And then one day I'm flying to Houston on business when I was mechanicking, and early morning, Bloody Mary, and finished this song. And I was reading a book called The Secret Life of Bill Clinton, and in that book, there's a story about there was a drug smuggling operation going on in Mena, Arkansas at the time. And what it wound up being was they were smuggling drugs in and smuggling arms out down to the Sandinistas, and it became the Iran-Contra scandal. And what happened was one of those airplanes that left Mena, Arkansas was shot down.
Oh, my gosh.
Because the Nicaraguan government thought that it was a drug smuggling plane, and they were right. But what they didn't expect was a couple CIA agents being on board, and it blew up into a huge scandal.
Sure.
And that's where Ollie North kind of stood up for his boss and said that he wasn't going to tell who told him to do it. So
that's what this song is about.
That's what this song is about. There were two boys that were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they got murdered because they saw the deal go down, and it wound up being the Saline County cops that were picking up the drugs.
Wow.
And a bunch of people went to jail, and a lot didn't. Some of them went to the White House. I was just a young man the day my dad died. Sat around waiting for my ship to come in. All that ever comes is a tide. I took the flying planes trying to move a little way. Oh, a couple of flights down south each week. We were doing fine indeed. Life was an easy turning wheel. Easy laugh and love, say what you feel. But we knew we'd never make it, working 9 to 5. Times like these, we were lucky to be alive, be alive. I dropped in over Mena, just snapping the tops off the trees. Black as night, no one inside. This is gonna be way too easy. Two boys at the drop-off point, they were shaking in their shoes. Oh, heard them shout, shots rang out, and I read all about it in the news. It was a low down, dirty deal. The kind of thing you try to hide, but you can't conceal. We were at the governor's mansion with all of this cocaine, and the sound of guns resounding in my brain, in my brain. I went down with my ear to the ground, down to Texarkana way. I got a truckload of stash, I'm gonna trade it for cash. I'm gonna head on down to Mexico way. Governor in the Border Patrol's gonna have this day in the sun. See, the law was holding all the cars. Brother, I had none to Mr. Governor. How down now does it feel to bust the only man who would not squeal? I was stoned, cold, busted, and they were kicking in my doors. And you won't see the light of day no more, oh more. Life was an easy turning wheel. Now I'm getting to the point where I can't feel. I'm in this dirty prison. Oh, was that your grand design? I was trying to change plain water into wine. Yes, I was. All right.
says, "Hey, y'all are looking great. See you Friday." What do you think of that?
I don't know about
All
looking
right.
great.
Well, yeah, they're looking at
Speak
you.
for yourself, man.
I'm hiding.
Okay, he says sounding great.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
He doesn't want to make your head swell. So if you're listening, you can see the guys on YouTube, Crescent Hill Radio, and you just go to our page, Crescent Hill Radio, and click the live YouTube. You can also see them right now on Facebook Live on my page, Tara Bassett. This is Crescent Hill Radio, 100.9 FM, WCHQ. And John D'Amato joined us tonight with Dennis McGuire and Phil Bright. We've got about 14 minutes left. Friday night, you can hear them at the Tim Faulkner Gallery. It starts at 7. Eric Schneeberger and the Sundogs are going to play at 8. John and his other 4 merry men are going to be taking over at 9.
Trouble Junction.
Trouble Junction. That's a great name.
Thanks. I stole it from a Grateful Dead song, actually.
I thought you were going to say you stole it from Petticoat Junction, but no, it's okay.
You know that song, Hit Trouble Junction. It's
Oh,
17
yeah.
to 9:45. It's traveling again.
I love it.
Right.
All right, Trouble Junction, playing at 9. So that's looking good. We're going to have some fun. And then tell me what's happening on December the 3rd again.
Oh, we're going to be at Diamonds, and we're just going to do a rock and roll show. We're going to play loud and with authority.
Which Diamonds is this? Because there are like 14 of them.
I know,
right?
it's the one that used to be Jillian's.
Oh, Barrett.
Barrett.
On Barrett,
I would
okay.
say Baxter. It's Barrett, isn't
I
it?
loved Jillian's. That was so much fun.
That was a cool
Go in there and
place.
play video games and watch big screen TVs and
Remember when Bob
Eat.
Dylan did a gig there like 6 years ago? It's
It
like
was-
Bob Dylan's playing at Jillian's? Really? You remember
well,
that?
now it's Diamonds, so
Yeah.
that's all that really matters. So, what are the other plans that you guys have for the rest of the year? I mean, I know you're doing private parties, and that takes up a lot of time, but
Yeah, we only have 2 or 3 things. We're going to play at Letter Song Gallery. When I say we...
love that place.
Yeah, Jen and Mike have been good friends of mine. I was kind of instrumental in kind of getting it going. I did a lot of the remodeling of the bathroom and the kitchen in there.
Oh, gosh.
And I played there and spent a lot of late nights there.
Awesome.
And so I feel really kind of attached to it. So Kim and I are going to be playing there. And I just did, last week, I played at, I played with Tom Boone in a front porch pickers. We played at the Bourbon Barrel
Fun.
in E-Town. And then on Sunday, I went to Letter Song and did that Chris Christopherson thing. That was really
yeah, that
fun.
was cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So
Somebody was Facebooking that live out of there. I don't know who it was, but
It
I
was
saw a
Jan.
little. Was it?
Of course, yeah.
I saw a little bit of that too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's definitely her, but it probably
Not to
is.
get confused with the front porch pickers, but I had the blind corn liquor pickers on here, which was pretty funny.
Liquor pickers.
Blind corn liquor pickers.
Well,
Wow.
Corn liquor.
I
Pickers.
I love the name.
I do
Corn
too.
liquor pickers.
All right,
Say that
play
3 times
something.
fast.
Play something else for me. I love this music. I'm having so much fun. I know everybody else who's listening is too.
All right. Well,
Colin's having a blast out there.
you want to do Justice? Yeah.
Sure, why not?
This one's called "Ain't No Justice."
Then we're
and-
going to talk about your school, when you all went to school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know every little detail after this song.
Okay. This song has elements of a lot of this was written when the riots went down, like the Rodney King riots went down.
Right.
It's called "Ain't No Justice," and it's obviously about people getting a raw deal, not getting their day in court, and whatnot. And you'll hear the lyrics and
All
you'll
right.
get the gist.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4. The night that it all happened, everybody took a stand. 4 men in a uniform when the jury slapped their hand. And we took it to the streets with the conviction all wrong. They held in the system, was shaking to the bone. If I'm talking out of turn, then pardon me. Something that I never dreamed I'd see. What I'm trying to say is something I know you understand. There just ain't no justice in this land. Lord knows there just ain't no justice in this. Spent the night last evening in a LA County jail. And 5 of the others who couldn't make the bail. We awaited our arraignment and the bailiff let us in. tried and convicted. You know we couldn't never win. They point the cannon at you, where will you be? Order of the sons of liberty. What I'm trying to say is something I know you understand. There just ain't no justice in this land. Lord knows there just ain't no justice in this. Something I know you understand. There just ain't no justice in this land. Lord knows there just ain't no justice in this land. I have read your battle plans and what you trying to do. If I hadn't seen with my own eyes, I would have thought that it wasn't true. And if your plans to make a stand, you're sure to be run through. Cause the people we elected don't look out for me and you. And when they point the cannon at you, Lord, where will you be? The order of the sons of liberty. What I'm trying to say is something I know you understand. There just ain't no justice in this land. Lord knows there just ain't no justice in this land. There just ain't no justice in this land. There just ain't no justice in this land.
I love it. I love it. John D'Amato, right here on Crescent Hill Radio, WCHQ 100.9 FM. This is the Homegrown Radio Hour, and we're so lucky to have such talented and delightful musicians. We have to ask you this question before the hour ends.
Okay.
Where'd you go to school?
Me?
Yeah.
Me first?
Yeah.
I'm Long Island, New York. Baldwin,
Really?
Long Island, yep.
Where did you go to school there?
Baldwin High School until they had enough of me.
And then you were going.
Yeah.
Dennis?
Holy Family Grade School, and then St. X. I was in the 100th graduating class in 1972.
Oh, 100th.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. How about you there?
And that's back when I actually paid my own tuition. I couldn't do that nowadays.
I don't think many can. Phil?
I actually graduated from Butler, but I went to PRP for 4 years before that. It was actually middle school through high school when I went.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you went for 4 years someplace else, but graduated from Butler?
Yeah, I went to PRP 7th,
Yeah.
8th, 9th, 10th, and
Yeah.
then I was bussed. Remember busing?
Well, now that
Yeah.
you mention it.
I was bused to Butler.
Okay,
And
that
all,
was interesting.
All the rest of my friends that had a last name that started with a B.
Oh, really? So it was alphabetical.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Some
It
was
was
okay.
Heartbreaking.
It kind of
I
caught me
like
off
Butler.
guard. I was like, high school? I haven't thought about that in a while. No one's asked me.
Well, I just wondered because, in Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
the typical question when asked, where did you go to school, is to say Fern Valley High School or
Right. Yeah.
St. X, St. X High School or whatever. So I just wanted to know where it was because what part of town you're from, I think, has something to do with the
Tells
type
how-
of music you enjoy.
It tells how redneck you are.
It tells how redneck you are.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or how old you are. Because when I went there, you can hitchhike home from school back then. I mean, it was nothing to stand down there on Papa Level Road with your thumb out, and people would pick you up.
Isn't that a riot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
don't do
anymore.
that.
Didn't get robbed.
Can't do that anymore.
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Times have changed.
Do you have a family in town here, Dennis?
Yes, I have 2 brothers and 4 sisters, and they all live here except for one sister. She lives in Fort Wayne.
No wonder you went to St. X.
Yeah.
Big Catholic family.
Yeah.
And your mom across the street from me,
Yes.
obviously. Yeah.
That's so funny. That's how many family members do you have here? Are you the only
None.
one, John?
I had a brother here, and he passed away last winter. So it's just me now. I have a brother or sister and my mom up in Erie, Pennsylvania. I have a brother still in New York. He never left. I have a brother down in Florida that I go and
Scattered around, man.
I drink beer at his pool. And
We all
mooch
are.
off of him.
We all
Yeah,
are scattered.
I mooch off my
we
older
all
brother.
Are scattered. Phil, what about you? Family here?
Yeah. Older sister, younger brother. Mom, dad still live out in PRP.
You know, it's funny because it seems to me like a lot of Louisville families stick together and celebrate every holiday from Memorial Day to Christmas together.
Yep.
And very rarely do they move away. And so it's unusual. Well, I'm from Oregon. And my family is scattered from North Carolina to Florida.
Yeah.
You know, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. It's crazy. So we don't have that same stay together and take care of each other mentality that we used to have many, many years ago. And we build our families, and this music community is a very tight family of choice.
Yes, music community-wise, I think this is a great town for musicians because you can be a pretty small fish, and it's not such a huge pond that you're just lost in it.
Yes.
And also things like this and opportunities to be on the radio. This is unheard of. I would never think that I was going to be on the radio, and I'll never forget when I first heard my song years ago when I was on with Christy Bird Stevens when I did my first record. Me and my brother were going to the grocery store. I almost crashed the van when I heard my song on the. Seriously,
Christy gave a lot of musicians their start right here. This
Yeah.
is the longest running show on the station.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was
The
like 4
Anchor
years ago.
Show.
That might have been 5 years ago.
It had
now.
to be at
I don't
least.
know. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, isn't that a scream?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we've got time for one more tune. What's it going to be?
All right. We'll let's play.
Go out on a big note.
Go ahead on a big note. Well, if we play the last song on the album, it's kind of we have a big surprise for that. So I was thinking
love
maybe we'll
it.
do Adeline instead of doing that one because it's all electric guitars and it's all
Okay.
big production
All right.
and drawn out. So this is a song that I'm usually play on piano.
And when I go like this, don't stop. Just kind of take it down, and I'll talk out over you, okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, here we go. John D'Amato and his crew here on Crescent Hill Radio's Homegrown Radio Hour.
Well, it sure is good to see you. Haven't been around in a little while. You got a different look about you, honey. You got a different kind of style. Yeah. Adeline, in my dreams I see you, darling. See you by my side. Don't wanna open up my eyes for a little while. Well, you stood inside my doorway like a broken-hearted fool. Said, come inside. And we talked a while and drank all my wine. You hung your pretty head and cried. Adeline, you made a scene when I told you won't be satisfied. Sure as hell I'm going to try just to be your guy. Into the barroom like you were stepping up on stage with your new guy. And he looked at me and my blood ran cold, and I said, let's take this thing outside. underneath the way, black in both my eyes, with the stubborn pride.
All right, we have to let you go now. We have a wonderful band. This is John D'Amato, Dennis McGuire, Phil Bright on either side of him. Thanks for playing the Homegrown Radio Hour tonight, you guys. Really loved having you on. So much fun. Thanks to Colin, who's our wonderful producer. And we want to look forward to next Wednesday when Brick Marlin is our guest. Till then, have a great night. I'll see you on Monday on Take It From Tara, 4 to 6 p.m. on Crescent Hill Radio.
You're listening to WCHQ LP, Louisville, Kentucky, 100.9 FM, Crescent Hill Radio. All local music all the time.
It's 86 degrees here in Crescent Hill.
It's 8:02.
WCHQ